Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Babylon Health's channel on a mission to provide healthcare, make it accessible and affordable for everyone. Joining us, Ali, the Chief Executive Officer, who's going to be giving us some fruitful insight today, not only on the pivotal, really incredible earnings that you guys dropped, I think, through November there, but we're going to get a broad view picture of healthcare as a whole and what Babylon's doing moving forward. So first and foremost, welcome back, sir.
Thank you for having me again.
And always a pleasure to get you on. So I guess we should just kick this off. Your third quarter rev grew 3.9 times, not percent, times year over year to 288.9 million, with value-based care members growing 171% and Medicare memberships growing 285% year over year. Do you want to kind of give some fruitful insight on what's driving this growth and kind of break down the bits and pieces of Babylon for us?
I think what is driving the growth is the market fit of our offering to payers in United States in particular. If you think about what everybody is after, everybody's after a way of delivering high quality care, but at cost that they can manage. To do that properly, you need to give everybody a primary care, doctors, nurses, care providers who can look after you properly all the time and proactively. There is a massive shortage of primary care that can contain the cost of healthcare and that can improve quality currently in the United States. And what Babylon has figured out how to do is how to make that primary care available at speed and at scale. And that's what is driving our growth. In a nutshell, we have found a need that is very significant globally, but also in the United States. And we are serving that need as fast as we can.
And this sounds fairly disruptive. Kind of from your perspective, I mean, these markets have been incredibly tumultuous and you guys have found a really incredible niche. Do you mind just giving some insight into how you see healthcare as a whole currently evolving and kind of your place within it, within Babylon there, and kind of what's kind of propelling, some of the advancements and just anything that you think would be fruitful insights?
Sure. I think that actually the key issue on healthcare, almost everywhere in the world, is no different than any other sector. In any sector, it's about value that you offer the customer. You want to buy a car, you look at its quality, you look at its cost, and you make a decision. It's no different in healthcare. The problem in healthcare is that if you define quality as clinical outcome plus accessibility, we are seeing a world in which accessibility is becoming harder and harder. It's harder to find a doctor in the United States, in Canada. What's the waiting times? In UK, in Africa, it doesn't matter really where you are. It is becoming harder to access doctors, and the costs are going high. They're going above inflation year after year, every year, even when inflation was low, and now when inflation is high. So whoever can figure out a way of delivering a care solution that is cheaper and is more available at better value for the customers will win. The only way to do that, in our view, is to do so digitally and to make it available for everybody, to give them access. And I think that's what we've done. Now, there is a view, and you see that across the United States, where people are saying that actually the old brick and mortar solutions work. And that's natural in today's world. If you said we are living in very interesting markets right now, but this market, it looks to me like the 2001 markets, when the technology seemed like a bad thing and everybody went to the old-fashioned brick and mortar providers. So you remember the share price of people like Amazon collapsed by 95%, but the share price of people like Blockbusters and Bed and Bath and Beyond went up massively. And that trend continued for 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years. And eventually people said, look, brick and mortar cannot compete with digital, and Amazon came back, and that 95% drop was a blip in the share price if you look at it today. I think the same is happening in healthcare. We're seeing everybody going to these old-fashioned providers who created today's problem as if they can be the solution to tomorrow's problems. And what we are going to see is an increase. I think this will adjust itself in time.
Yeah, I appreciate those insights. And just kind of from a disruptive standpoint, it's kind of intriguing looking at over the border, you being in the US, me being in Canada here, obviously we have free healthcare, but the wait times are usually pretty exuberant. Whereas in the US, healthcare is pretty accessible, but it comes at an incredibly inflated cost, to say the least. I'm sure people are all dealing with that. So it's really pivotal to see how you guys are not only kind of this mission-driven company, but disrupting such a broad sector here. So finally, just some milestones. What do you guys expect out of Babylon through 2023 that investors should look forward to?
So I think what the investors are looking for now is, investors up to now looked for growth. And we demonstrated that we can deliver growth at a scale that hasn't been seen, right? There has never been a company outside the United States that have broken into the healthcare sector in the US at the speed and the scale that we have. They told us it cannot be done. I think we are now here to stay. Now the question, and what the market is looking for, is profitability, is acceleration of ability to generate cash profit and become self-sufficient. That is our focus. We will sacrifice some of the future growth in favor of the current of generating our own cash. We are now single-minded at making sure that we can be master of our own destiny by generating our own cash, be able to be sustainable, not to be forced to raise money at the markets, at the current cost of capital at least. So that's what we will be doing. You will see us delivering that over the period of the next whatever it takes. These things take time. You can't turn on a switch and say, I'm going to stop growth and focus on the profitability. It's never like that. We will continue to grow, maybe at a lower rate, but we will double down on making sure that our growth is profitable. When you and I talk again, whenever it is, I think we will have more to report on that. But building a company is not like writing a spreadsheet or building a song. It doesn't take off one night or 2 months or 2 years. It's a long-term process. What matters is the direction of travel. And as you started with, on every matrix, we are doing fine. We should just keep doing it.
I definitely appreciate these insights, and I think you really touched on a lot here that hopefully the viewers got something out of them. We'd love to know what you guys think about this in that comment section below. Consider subscribing because, as Ali mentioned, when we come back down the road, we'll offer you some further news and whatever hits the wire. But stay cool, stay awesome, and as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.